talk. I don't feel like it's, but we all do it. But I just don't think that you have to do that to get your point across. I just see it like somebody over talking or we're being loud too, and you can't. It feel like nobody listening, but we listening to you. So I just don't think that. But everybody be healthy. That's fine.
Well, I don't do it.
So I think when people do yell, it causes the other person now because you're yelling or whatever. Now now everybody else is gonna yell because like. But then now it's a problem because now we're over talking each other because you get passionate too. Like it changes the tone. It do make
But
energy.
But are you passionate about what you're saying in defense to what I'm saying? Because if you're not, then you're not gonna raise your voice. If you're being challenging and you're saying, you know what, I don't like the fact that he's yelling at me, so I'm gonna yell back. I feel like that's a sign of weakness.
That's an auto response, though. That's a reaction.
But it's a
just
weak
like if
reaction.
you're in a heated argument when it's not like a regular topic, it was just like you're just talking.
That's what chicken dropping, but I don't think he did it right there.
Oh, the little boy?
Yeah. I didn't know I had these shits on when I was walking around grabbing my food. What was y'all? Golden Corral.
So what separates from like when you argue with her and y'all was yelling at each other, then you get mad and call her a bitch? What's the difference between if you having a conversation with somebody else and you talking and cause it start cause you're elevating your voice, they probably yelling back at you. Normally you're gonna, if somebody's raising their voice and you're passionate about what you're saying, you try to get your point. Sometimes it do escalate to that. So I feel like if you're, like you said, I apologize, I shouldn't have did that. But I think it could lead to that too. If
I never apologize for yelling. I can't apologize
for calling her a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm saying the yelling probably it started off because she was saying what she said. She started yelling. Then you probably.
I texted that. I didn't yell it. I texted it. Mm-hmm. I didn't. Oh, bitch! Nah, I'm not that. The yelling that she's referring to, like I said, it was like a byproduct of her being responsible for initiating the whole situation. So it's like, what are you saying? Like, a person can't, or a person shouldn't yell to express themselves. Like I was yelling at her. Like I don't understand what you're saying.
If you're having an argument about something that's negative, so like that's what it's about. When you're yelling, then you're making it even the situation worse. I think because when the next person gonna yell, that's when you start.
I don't consider it yelling though. I consider it. I might raise my voice and I might get passionate, but I don't consider it yelling. Like yelling is like, no, that's yelling. No, I don't want it. That's yelling. Like, but if I raise my voice and get passionate and I'm talking and I'm stern about what I'm saying, that's not yelling to me. So if you're telling me to do that, exactly. But there's a distinction between the two. If they're both yelling, then I gotta yell then. Because I feel like one of them is expressing myself, and that's how I express myself. Now, I don't feel like I'm a loud person. I don't feel like people describe me as a loud person. And I don't feel like people describe me as the type of person that's yelling in conversation. So it's like, I'm trying to figure out why you feel that way based off of, like, how many conversations. Am I always like this?
No, I never said that. This is the first time that I mean you can watch it if you think that's like I never said that. No.
Was I angry in the video?
I feel like because of all what you said, and that's what things when people talk about certain stuff, they trigger emotions. So I feel like you felt strong about it. You did get a little annoyed because we weren't totally in agreement with you. I don't think we disagreed. I just think that what I think about when we started talking about the gayness and stuff like that, and how it's being you were. I think it felt like you were angry to me when you were talking about it because you were so and you're because if you don't like if you was going in
because I have a child and my child is being exposed to like pedophilia. My child is supposed to learn about a sexual orientation without being old enough to have sex. And I'm supposed to be calm about that. I'm gonna be passionate about that.
Parent, yeah.
I'm gonna be upset about that.
On the move like I need a new hobby. Fuck a 9 to 5.
I'm gonna come off that way because that's how I truly feel. Like even now, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like
with
I can't help that though.
With
Like,
those
that's
type
not,
of
I don't feel
discussions that
wrong
are
for that. Am I wrong for that?
no, not at all, not at all. With those discussions,
and no, like I said, this is the first time.
they're going to be.
You usually don't be doing that.
There's going to be like certain discussions that are going to concern a person more than others because you have a personal relationship with what we're talking about.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
When you have a personal relationship with something, you're gonna internalize that more. You're gonna become more passionate about that topic.
I understand that, but I think my problem is like I have because of from growing up and stuff. I just don't like when people be yelling and stuff. Like
So
it's
that's your
traumatic
trigger.
for me.
I feel you.
So I don't, and I be trying not to do that too because I think. To me, when people start yelling, I feel disrespected, even though that may not be your intention. And then it's like nobody's saying nothing. We're
But I'm glad she told me because I wouldn't know, and I would keep doing it consciously.
Right.
Like just feeling like, you know what I mean? Now I could make an attempt, at least when I'm talking to E, like, okay, don't get that passionate about that shit.
But
that's come off like you're yelling.
That's how females, no jab, right? But that's how females generally are. You know what I mean? Like women are.
Seeing people have conversations then with one person is like probably like how you were then or whatever. Then the other person they might not like that. You could probably tell by their expression, but they don't talk back in a normal tone because they don't let it change.
It do depend on what they talking about too. You know what I mean? It
but
varies
they could
in
feel
topics.
just as strongly about their.
You never know how strongly
they're
someone
not.
feels about something. They could tell you, but actions speak louder than words. Like you could tell me that this shit don't bother you, but you fidgeting every time we talking about it. You know what I mean? So like you lying, something lying. Your body not lying. You know what I mean? So it could be whatever, but I know like some stuff is more sensitive to certain people in certain situations. You might not look at it that way, but me and my boy got into an argument about this before because of certain situations that I've had experiences with that he may not have had experiences with.
Put it like this.
So,
Let
me land this. We have different lives, right? So what I've experienced in my life, he may not have experienced in life, but we're both logical people who think rationally or whatever. So when we're talking about something that involves my outlook from my perspective of how I experience things versus his outlook on how he experienced things, we get into a battle talking about, well, this person could have did this, but I know this person could do this because they got the same opportunities that everybody else got. Why they got to do crime? Why can't they go to a regular job? Why can't they have more than one job or whatever? Because they're lazy. And I'm like, no, they're not lazy. It's because they've been a felon. Well, I know somebody that was a felon that was able to do this. Okay, you know an anomaly. But a lot of times it's hard. And what race is that person? You know what I mean? It is a racial discrimination against black people that kind of challenges us to get the shit that we need to get. That's facts. You know what I mean? It still happens. It's just they don't talk about it. Shaniquas don't really get hired at corporate jobs because their names are racially profiled. Let's talk about it.
Plus, I'm an air sign, so I'm going with the wind. Like my logic feel one way, and my heart will feel another way. And I feel like in this specific situation, my heart felt like, just hit her back up because you shouldn't have been calling her a bitch and shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's exactly what the fuck I did. I chose to go with that because my logic was like, man, fuck that. You know what I mean? Why backtrack? Don't even backtrack. Go forward because everything happens for a reason. Fuck that shit. That's my logic. And my heart was like, nah, it's not even that fucking serious of a situation. Like, you acting like she's not a good person. You know what I'm saying? So I just chose what I was feeling instead of what I was thinking.
So let me ask you something. Would you, if you get mad, do you find it disrespectful to yell at your parents if you were upset with your parents or you're talking to your parents? Do you talk to them like that?
It depends on what they're accusing me of. If they're accusing me of something that I felt like I didn't do, I feel like you could start off a way, because that's how I always am. I'm not Mr. Never. I feel like that's disrespectful if you lash out. Lashing out is disrespectful.
No, I'm asking because I was gonna, if you would depend on your answer, I would
Nah,
say if
let's
you
go.
find
Well,
it
let's go around with that
disrespectful-
because that was a good.
Yes,
good
I
question.
find it disrespectful to lash out at your parents for no reason. It has to be.
I'm saying like.
There
I
are
don't-
reasons to yell at your parents, though.
Yeah, so if you, that's why I was going, like, because if you find it disrespectful, then you should find that disrespectful to do to somebody else.
No.
That may not be your intent, like you say, you get passionate and everything.
Now,
That's
can
how
I
it
can I
goes.
answer before you segue into something else? I just want to answer that. To add on to that, like what you said, yeah, there are varying things, but what ages are we talking about? Like, is it okay for a 3-year-old to yell at their parents? Is it okay for a 5-year-old to yell at their parents? And for any reason? Is it? But then we can get into this whole other side of things where it's like, what if the parent told the kid, you know, put a cigarette butt out on a 3-year-old or some shit like that? Don't do that. Don't touch me anymore, Dad.
That's why you can't say
You know?
any reason.
So without the extremes, from a real base perspective, is it okay for you to disrespect your parents by raising your voice to them? Well, let's think about it. If you're taking care of your parents because they're no longer able to take care of themselves, sometimes you have to be stern with them. You don't want to have to raise your voice, but you might have to.
So let's not talk in technicalities. Let's just talk in like
regular
general
shit.
Yeah.
So let's say you a teenager, you still live with your parents, right? And your parents take care of you, but they won't let you go to the prom. Is it okay for you to be like,
No.
you know, okay, obviously, right?
You don't pay the bills, so no.
You don't pay the bills. But what if you pay bills?
Then that's different. I feel like yes, you
should
should.
yell.
If you pay bills and your parents have to live with you, whoever pays the bills,
Nah, but
got
y'all
the juice,
both
nigga.
paying bills.
Well,
You helping.
then that's your roommate. Your roommate
Damn, that
is
shit-
liable to argue with you, big dog.
That shit sound real.
If
though.
I'm paying my half of the rent, if like, let's say I'm paying a little bit, that's different.
So then
I paid my
do you
parents
still have
like
the
a
level
little
of
bit.
respect? How do you still have a level of respect for them as your caregiver or
That's
whatever?
what I'm saying. That's exactly what the fuck I'm saying. It's cost value. Cause now you're not my caregiver if I'm paying the bills. What are you taking
But it's
care
crazy,
of?
like being a parent.
Being a
Is there
parent
an
is a caregiver.
Is there an aspect of financial
Yes.
obligation?
Yes, 100%.
Only because of what?
Only because men and women have to go to work and make money, so that money needs to be accounted for in the court of fucking
Capitalistic society.
Exactly. I couldn't say it better.
All right.
I couldn't say it better myself, my nigga.
I agree with that. If you are like, I don't think you should be like getting into, because that's just not healthy. You screaming at you or you're going back and forth with your parents. But I think you should have a say so if you're helping them pay bills and if they're like, oh, you can't have people over or something. Not even just the arguing aspect, like if they're telling you like, oh, you can't. I think they should give you some, obviously depending on what age, there should be a limitation to it. But you should have more freedom because you're telling them to stay in a child's place, but you're giving them adult responsibility. Like when you put another child, like a sibling, in charge, and this happens a lot, and especially in like the Black community, because they don't got money to pay for daycare. Sometimes that don't be expensive or whatever. Like I know a lot of people, and then I hear people talk about it or whatever. Like they kind of watch them, but watch their kids when they were a kid, and it's like, so you have to be an adult in that moment, because you're responsible for other people while they're doing it, but you're still a child yourself. And then when another topic comes up, because you're still your parent, they're like, oh, stay in a child's place, but it's like, it's conflicting.
You can't stay in a
Because,
child's
like,
place if you're paying the bills. So it's impossible. You're the caregiver at that point.
That's crazy. That's a crazy dynamic.
Or I feel like I think a lot of parents should think about the way that they talk to their children, because they're like some parents, and they don't think that it's disrespectful because like, oh, this is my child or whatever. Like, they're still a person. They're still like a human being, and they have feelings and emotions and stuff too. When you like, it depends on what they do.
Everything
obviously.
you do to a kid
Sometimes
is teaching them something.
Yeah.
100%.
And
My
they're gonna.
daughter
I
goes to
think
school
a
and
lot
is
of
different
a
person.
lot of guys were
She's
raised by like
crazy.
moms that made them, because they talk to them a certain way. They have this disdain for all women. They feel like this is how women are because that's the first experience that they had with a female. And just like whatever experience you have with your father, you might perceive that this is how all men are, or you might be attracted to a certain type of man or a certain type of woman because of or not attracted to because of your parents. So that does play a role. These are the first people that are, you're learning from things that you see them do. Yeah, like you said, mimicking, like, and you pick up on that, not just in addition to what they tell you to do. And sometimes you're gonna do the opposite, because they're telling you to do something or not do something, and to you it don't make sense. You're like, why are they telling me to do this, but they doing this? And it's like, could be smart enough to know, like, this don't even make no sense. You ain't even, like, it don't, you gotta show them what to do too. Like, if you're saying, oh, you need to work and do this, but you're sitting on the couch all day, and they don't see you have no responsibility, not showing, they're like, we're just stuff. Like, oh, I could just sit on my ass all day and don't do nothing. Because you teaching them that by them.
Kids respect hustle, yeah. They do.
They definitely do.
I swear they watching, yeah. They watching everything, man. My daughter was like, we went down to my sister's crib, and she lived in Maryland, and her shit is nice. Shout out to sis, yo. I'm proud of you. I don't care what nobody say. I am proud of you. Like, that's big, sis. Her husband got a nice ass house. They got like jacuzzis and all of the bathrooms and shit. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I went down there and kids picked that shit up. She was like, Daddy. She was like, when I grow up, I want a house like Auntie said. I was like, oh shit. I was like, facts, baby, facts. You know what I mean? You could get that. You definitely could get that. It's possible. You see her doing her thing, but you see how she's doing her thing too. She's married. She did it the right way. You feel me? She picked the right person. Right. They made the right choices. You see what I'm saying? I'm glad I could show her that, at least from my side of the family, that dynamic. No shade to the other side of the family, but consciously show her that, like, that shit is possible. You see what I'm saying? That's what we strive for right there.
Yeah. That's great, Black.
Happy Father's Day, yo.
Oh yeah, happy
Father's Day to all the fathers.
Yo, and welcome to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Huh?
Lapeef said, I watched them today, and JR was like, fuck, oh, you deadbeat. Shout out to the great.
Oh, shit, man. Facts. You know what I mean? Look, listen, I want to talk about, we was having a discussion in the car earlier. I wanted to talk about that. Yo, we have to acknowledge that even though your parents aren't the best people in the world, they aren't perfect, because nobody is. You still have to have a level of respect for your parents, because they made the ultimate sacrifice to keep you. I know people that parents chose not to keep them. You know what I mean? I know people who parents still can't keep them. You know what I mean? And had other kids that they couldn't keep. You know what I mean? So even though like a lot of people be like, cause some people don't really think about it, but some people would just be like, well shit. So what? That's what they supposed to do. Da, 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 da. Not giving them, you know what I mean? Like you gotta give them the benefit of the doubt. Like yeah.
So what?
Because there are some
See?
things out there
Yeah,
that the bare minimum, like they only keep a roof over them because they don't have a choice. They have to keep a roof over their own head, so they're gonna live with you if you're taking care of them.
That's the forest beyond the trees, man.
You have to feed them. You have to do that.
Yeah, that's the forest beyond the trees because listen, there's a lot of kids that don't have parents. There's a lot of kids that don't have parents, good or bad.
It's perks.
Would you rather have a good parent, or bad? No, would you rather have a bad parent or no parent?
A bad parent or no parent?
A bad parent or no parent?
A bad parent.
Damn.
That's a hard thing to answer.
Because I'd rather have.
Would you rather have a bad parent or no parent?
It could have the same effects if you have either one.
But I'm just saying.
Because they're not there.
Think about all the kids that have been foster care that will run back to that broken home.
Could I never have a parent, or could I get like somebody to adopt me or some shit?
Well, it could be that, yeah. I'll leave it open. No parent. What about you?
God is my father.
No parent or bad parent?
No parent, because I feel like a bad parent is gonna teach you not in all cases, but the majority of the time, like we said, you learn what you do. So whatever they're like a kid for, you're gonna, or by the time you do figure out, your life is gonna be halfway through, and it's like now you gotta reprogram yourself, and you done been set 10 years back.
I know how fucked up it is. But I'm gonna think like a kid, and I'm gonna say bad parent because a kid wants to still have that person that they know is supposed to look after them and give them guidance.
Not if they're raping them.
Well, I didn't say to what degree a bad parent would be. Not just raping them is not. That's
in the guidelines.
That's the most extreme degree, but
and it's all in there, bro.
All spirit, however you want to perceive it, because
that's what you choose it though, bro. You got to think that's a variable of having a bad parent. That parent could be sexually abused,
but it could be a bad, and that's why I said, I pick a bad parent because it could be a parent that necessarily is a criminal, but just having them present, even though they're a criminal, I would still want them in my life.
Optimistic is
because I didn't leave any. Because what you said is right, and what I said is right.
It is.
So it's like that's what I'm saying. I don't really. That's what I'm saying.
But that view is optimistic, though. That view is like, I'm not gonna get the shittiest end of this thing. I'm gonna get probably
when you look at it on paper, like when you look at it, you be like, damn, I had a bad parent, but you existed. Your parent wasn't that bad. You can coexist. My parents didn't leave me in the hospital.
Bro, if you put it like that,
in the street,
I feel you. You feel me? If you put it like that, that's not that bad. Like, if the nigga was just a fuck up, might be a drunk sometimes,
loud.
I mean,
nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Nobody perfect. So that's what I said. That's what I said. Like for me, because my boy asked me, he was like, yo, would you rather have your parents had been rich and sacrificed not going to your football games or basketball games or all this, or would you have just preferred them to be present? I said I prefer them to be present. I don't give a fuck about that money. I'm not really seeing that shit unless they buy me really nice things, and then that's a materialistic love. That's not genuine. That's not like the bond love that you get with your parent. That's important.
That's why I don't agree with these guys out here or anybody. Like you just keep having like Nick Cannon and all this sorry.
He got bread. Like could he take care of his kids?
Yourself, they don't all live with you. They all have different mothers. Well, not all of them. Some.
I'm not really trying to defend it. I'm not really trying to defend it because you are right. But in a sense, it's a whole different tax bracket. And so I just think about with them, these kids still got a pretty good life.
That removes what you just said.
Still got a pretty good life. If the mother not with him, who she with?
The bond from the parent.
I would rather have the
They
bond for the parent. The kid would probably want to have the bond for the parent, but the kid is being taken care of.
You know what it is, bro? I respect it if the king ruled under one castle with all them damn kids and all them damn wives.
Right.
But because it's not like that, because it's westernized standards,
That'd be tough.
this
Though.
shit look weird and
That'd be
messy,
tough.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
They in the back.
They didn't call me yet, but it looked like they had a house on the map.
What would you say?
Oh, they did call me. Somebody called.
you know what? I'll go. No, I'm not. I was thinking about it. I was like, I was gonna go for my papers, and I looked at. I'm like, I need to finish this, and I got this, and I'm out. I might not need to move nowhere. Fuck around.
Man, earlier today, nigga, I was done. I was like, yo, I gotta do all this shit for Father's Day. And I was like, yo, I gotta take a quick power nap real quick. I had to, bro.
Drive the house on the hill.
Food basket from edible arrangements.
Okay.
Word. Yo, the chocolate strawberry.
I'm
Yo,
going out
fucking
now.
my daughter ate that shit.
Yo!
Exactly. That's exactly what that was. And I'm not used to this shit because I don't know nobody. It's crazy.
I don't like.
Hello?
I don't like when
I'm doing a podcast.
when people do that to me. People block me, but I'll be just like, fuck it, bro. But it's for the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Kev. Happy Father's Day to you too. It's your fault. You chose this life.
Yeah,
You
Not
chose
this
this life.
one. I have a couple of regular stuff. Probably you want, cause I know you'd be like that little.
yeah.
spot
Yeah, midget boys.
Thank you. Nah, you can't.
It's a rose. It's still a rose.
The music. And that's as far as it goes.
It's still a flower. It can't leave you.
I need to build on something. I'm still trying to bounce back. I'm still trying to bounce back from the wild card. So, you know, I'm gonna get it right, and then I'll start, showing episodes.
Oh, that's a little chill too.
Yeah, but it wasn't in there for that one.
It's Father's Day, so definitely shout out to the fathers that's doing what they supposed to do, stay in their child's life,
I'm getting
they
love.
present.
I'm getting love on camera, bro. Shout out to sis. Wasn't I just talking about her? No, I wasn't. Oh yeah, I was talking about her. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
I was talking about her. I brought her ass up. And she,
Universe,
manifestation. Happy. Okay.
That ain't some shit. That ain't some
wild,
shit,
bro.
I'm telling you, you seen it on camera.
I
This
literally
was not
just was
scripted.
talking about her. Like, that's amazing.
Not scripted. That's crazy.
And I told her she chose this life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, me and my pops, we went out. One of their buddies went out. My aunt, she's a very loving person. She can't give to everybody because she don't got enough to give to everybody, but she gives to everybody that she can. And I appreciate her for being the person that she is. She's a minister, by the way.
That's cool.
Right? Which is kind of crazy because of my ideologies versus her being a minister. So if she watched some of these shows, she'd probably cringe.
Oop.
That's my nephew. She calls me Beetlejuice. There's a story behind it.
What?
Yeah. I'll tell you a little bit about her. So,
You seem cool.
very animated, awesome person. So, when I was a kid, my aunt used to always go down south. And she would come back home. And when she come back home, she would always bring me Skittles. Skittles is my favorite candy. I recently found out that Skittles have ingredients that have carcinogenic properties.
Yeah, that red shit. Right?
Yeah, which causes cancer. So
It's just crazy.
even though I was formerly a Skittle lover, I will not be eating any more Skittles going
That
forward.
died,
So,
period.
just letting you guys know, you can still eat them if you
There's a
want
bunch
to,
of
but
shit that got
that's a
that
little
shit.
disclaimer for you. Sorry, Skittles. But in any
Trying to
case,
kill us, yo.
she would go down south and she would bring me back some Skittles, and she was supposed to give me a Beetlejuice toy. Beetlejuice was the coolest cartoon, the coolest ghost
You said a
around.
Beetlejuice toy?
Beetlejuice, the dude, yeah. He had a cartoon.
Not the Howard Stern one.
Nah, no. Beetlejuice,
The cartoon.
with Lydia. And
Beetlejuice.
yeah, that nigga, yeah. So he was my guy. Like, I thought he was dope. You know what I mean? He had powers and all this. You know what I mean? So I wanted the cool toys that used to come be advertised on TV, and she said she was gonna get me one for years. Now, I could just buy a Beetlejuice toy. I just don't have the. I don't really care about Beetlejuice that much to buy a toy, but like I want to buy one now because I just be like thinking like, yo, man, I never got a Beetlejuice toy. But that was just so crazy that, you know, she used to always say, she said she was gonna get me that toy. She didn't get it, but no, I'm lying. She did get me one time. She did get me one. She got me one where the head spent around. But I think I lost it. I lost all my good toys. But hence, that's why she calls me Beetlejuice to this day. But we all go out to eat. One of the guys that was with us, he had stage 4 cancer. My condolences to him and his family. He didn't have anything to do on Father's Day, so my aunt thought to invite him, and she paid for everybody. It was $25 a person. It was like 13 of us. She's an awesome person. My grandmother came, who I love dearly. She came, 90 years old, you know, still around. And you know, it was just the guys. Now I'm not a father, I'm a godfather, but I felt kind of a father figure for, you know, most of my life. Even though I wasn't always the best role model example, you know what I mean? I always tried to tell the kids the right thing to do. I didn't try to tell them the wrong thing to do all the time. So I was like, you know, I tried to be the big protector or whatever. Now it's like, you know, it's just all about family. Like everything is about family now. So it's cool. Like watching another family youth grow up, become somebody, and me to have a personal part in that person's life. It's you know, it's crazy.
Does that inspire you to build your own family or deter you from it?
It does inspire me to build my own family, so perhaps he can have somebody to grow up with. But right now, because of his situation, my focus is on helping as much as I can with him, for him to grow right now, because he doesn't have a father at all. You know what I mean? So, because he doesn't have a father at all, you know, I feel more obligated and inclined, yeah, definitely, to, you know, to step up. Yeah, it is. Definitely. But something beautiful came out of it, you know what I mean? Out of a tragedy comes something beautiful. The rose that grew from concrete. And he's gonna be a king. I'm gonna help him be a king. He is a king. Well, oh yeah. So this flower, I know it looked like it's dying, but this flower is blooming actually. It's eternal, so it's gonna look like this forever, man. This is the flower for the fathers that's doing what they're supposed to do, man. And this flower is like, you know, forever to represent the flowers that guys don't get. You know, when they're working 85 hours a week you know what I mean, to try to take care of their family and however many kids they got, or multiple jobs, or living on the road, you know what I mean, see their family once or twice a week because they just trying to feed them, sending money back home, you know what I mean. It's not always financial, but it's what they're doing on the back end that gives them the ability to provide that financial back end, you know what I mean. So it's like, really, these dudes don't get enough recognition. Shout out to the moms, but
To the mommies.
we definitely give them enough praise when Mother's Day come around. When Father's Day come around, you don't find no celebration. You don't find nobody trying to say, hey, man, thank you, you know what I mean, for doing your part, you know what I mean. But I'm going to say
Thank you.
I'm going to say it, man. Y'all deserve it, man, definitely. Yeah. All my bros, I'll always tell my bros and shit. I probably didn't tell them today because I was all over the place, but even to them, man, I tell them, like, yo, y'all inspire me, yo, you know what I mean? Because y'all, like, give me something to compete with, like, you know what I mean? I can't fail as a father because there's too many of my boys that got their kids, that spend time with their kids, make sure their kids doing what they supposed to do and going to school and respecting elders and shit. You know what I mean? So I got a lot to live up to.
Call them. I'm trying to call the police, but they don't answer the phone. I mean, they wasn't.
Oh, that? I ain't calling that place. Last time I called that place and I asked them to transfer me to him, I got transferred to the damn laundry room, yo. And I told him that. I said, yo, you just got to call me. I don't know what his other phone is. You got to call his tablet phone.
That's why I asked you, what's your number?
Do I got it on here? Let me see. You call me from different numbers. Oh yeah, I had a few topics too. Fucking phone came apart, man. Shit was crazy. Yo, I just fixed my phone screen like a few months ago, though. Now I gotta have the scrunchie on my phone to keep the screen up there. Scrunchie.
Is this in my phone?
Oh, look.
Yo, it's crazy. We was talking about going backwards last week. Like, don't go backwards. But also was talking about how we gotta kinda, as men, we gotta kinda be the bigger man, as they said, you know, in the situation. Always have to swallow that guilt. Instead of, like, you know what I mean, just giving up. Sometimes we gotta fight more, which sucks, cause, like, why should I be fighting more? You know what I mean? Why can't it be equal?
It builds character. Fuck that equal shit.
It do build character.
We're not equal, so
We not.
we shouldn't act that way.
But I'm only saying. I mean, I know, like, you know, it is what it is. We have to accept life for what it is. But I'm still saying, like, it does suck.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yo, we just deal with it. Like, I don't want to take the trash out, but I know it gotta go out. You know what I mean? Like, it's just certain shit that we know we
I
gotta
don't
do.
even mind that. I'm more like that than I feel like the women that I come across sometimes. It's like, nah, we not gonna leave it like this. You can't leave the room like this.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I started, but that's because my mom is OCD and she like, no, like, she clean all the fucking time and shit.
Mm.
So, you know, my sloppy is different than other people's sloppy.
Right.
Yeah, I like when a guy does take out the trash. I mean, obviously, I live alone. I'm single at the moment, so whatever. But people that have to be honest with or dealing with people, whatever you want to call, they would take out the trash and stuff. And sometimes I wouldn't ask them to. They would just do it. And I like when a guy knows how to put stuff together and like good with their hands and stuff, like a masculine. I could feel like you will protect me, so I don't have to be masculine, which I shouldn't be anyway. But it's if I take, you know.
So you don't want no simp. Like you couldn't date
A Russell or a Future.
I don't like either one.
Both, because both will
But let's say,
provide.
what do you prefer in that?
Yeah, that type of guy.
I don't like. That's not a good because Future is.
Future is just the popular guy, or the guy that's
it's not about if
the
you're
popular,
or
the
not.
popular
It's
guy.
about how I feel about you and how you, the person I
But
might like.
but those are the
other people,
archetypes.
you
Out
might
of
not
those,
be
out
popular,
of those two archetypes.
Neither one. 'Cause I don't-
So you gonna be lonely instead of being with the guy that's gonna care about you and take care of you and all that shit, whatever.
Cause you're saying two.
Those are the
people that-
archetypes. Yeah, those are archetypes. I'm not. Don't get caught up with how they look. If you don't think they're attractive, look wise, I guess.
Well, I didn't
The
say
archetype
that,
of the
but,
gentleman. The man that's gonna be the preference for most women, which will probably be the guy that you're attracted to, or the guy that you might find attractive, but some of the qualities that he has are more beta. Which guy would you prefer?
How would a man that I feel like, as long as I feel like you will protect me.
You just gotta dance
And-
around it.
Like, that's what I'm saying. The one, whichever one is gonna protect me and make me feel safe, so I don't have to, like, just you leave and so you have to leave me, but I have to like you too. It can't be just so. Yeah, whichever one is gonna be in control of the situation, be dominant, and be, you know, that's because I don't want. I feel like if you're not that, then I don't know. It's not gonna work because then if the man doesn't take the lead, someone has to give the relationship some type of direction.
Yeah.
So then by default, I would be forced to be in control, and I don't. That's not what I want. I don't want to be like them women that be. There are some women that would talk to their man crazy, be cussing them out all the time and belittling them and just telling them what to do and I don't know. It's so crazy and they do with them and they deal with it. But I wouldn't want a man that would even allow me to do. Like it would be like if I ever did, which I don't think I would be going overboard like that or whatever. Obviously we all get mad and stuff, but like, and I'll probably be yelling if I'm mad, but not like cursing them out and doing other extra stuff. But it depends on the situation too. But I would want them to be like the first time I do get, if that ever happened, like be like, listen, this ain't, you can't be doing this. You need to control yourself, use your words and talk and relax. I understand, blah, 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 whatever. But we could sit and talk like adults. We don't need to be doing a lot of extra shit. I'm not going to tolerate that. You're not going to be talking to me like, because some guys be getting walked all over, and I feel like those are the guys that I be meeting sometimes. Obviously, I've met both sides. I met the guy that is in control, and I've met the guy that could get walked over, and I can tell it. I can see where it's headed. I'm like, you just have, like, I can't
Who's
deal with you
who's
because
more likely to get verbally abusive out of those two? To take the dude.
just because you're in control, that doesn't mean that. Because it depends on the woman. If she's doing something where you would feel the need to do that, because that depends on the woman too. That's why I said she need to check herself too.
I think the weak nigga might though, cause he ain't gonna put his hands on her. But nah, the weak nigga might not even do that. He might just walk away.
The weak nigga might see that. I can see Russell.
See him saying some
And
wild
he's doing
shit.
that because he's not doing nothing about it. He probably don't say nothing if she do something that he don't like.
Future-
Or if she do, she
Future-
shut
I
it
think
down.
Future would have
Like-
been said something.
like
Future would have been
where-
like, yo, like if you ain't on the program, then you know get going type. And I think a lot of women they want that deep down, but they say they don't want that because it sounds better to say I don't want nobody that's gonna be like this. But they need that. They need that leadership. They need that guidance. They need a person that's gonna put their foot down. Like, no, you don't need to eat no more donuts. Like, what the fuck? Like, stop. Like, are you a little kid? Like, you know, you've had enough. They need that. And if they don't have that, right. You need that. You need that. You need that. Sometimes we need it too. Like, you know what I mean? If we not on our shit, like if I could stay up all night and play the game all night and still function at work the next day, then fuck it. Don't tell me what to do. But if I have a hard time getting up and I'm late for work and I'm on the brink of losing my job, this fucking with everybody. Because I'm the head of the household. But if I could do this and this is my outlet and I'm able to juggle all this shit at the same time, then let me be. Let me do my thing. Because I've been doing it. You know what I mean? But if I'm not, then you have a right to say, listen, you the king here.
You have to hold each other accountable.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, you make me better, I make you better. That's how it should be. What do you think about this? I know we heard about the Leonardo DiCaprio shit where he was like after a woman turns 25, it's over.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's
switching
it.
them.
He ain't messing with nobody over 25, right? China, that's the thing. After 25, women are expired. Like, that's what their belief is, right?
That's perfect.
Right? Is it anything wrong? Because I know we talked about this before, but because like now I'm seeing this shit with China, this is their shit. So I'm like, do you feel like they're custom to do that? Do you feel like that's something that we should really recognize? Like that's a little barbaric.
Is it against the law for you?
No, it's like if you 25, like you need to hurry up and get married. Like, what are you waiting for? Like,
Oh, so that's just how they see it. That's not against the law.
it's not against the law.
It's
No,
just
it's
how
not
they
against the
see
law.
it.
It's just their culture. It's called
Gotcha.
Xingu. It's a term for it.
Gotcha.
You over 25, you're Xingu.
Well, yo, Asians. Yeah, let me not even say that right now. Never mind.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I ain't saying shit.
Oh shit.
I don't think. I mean, if that's what you want, if the person is of age and that's who you want to. I like older guys, but I feel like some people be talking about way older guys and like it'd be like they really be like old, like literally, and it'd be like now is a limit to how old.
That's.
Like that.
I think women like older guys.
Yeah, but like old to like.
Some of these
Like, Ronald
niggas be 50,
Isley
yo. Some of these dudes be
is
50.
married to a woman. He's like, I don't know how old Ronald Isley is, but when he married his wife, she had to be in her 20s, and he was already like 60 something.
Trying to check. Respectfully.
I mean, but she been with him for a while. I remember when she came out, she was in there singing with her and her sister.
I mean, it's gonna take a while. That man is still kicking.
I don't
Yeah.
see.
You
Look,
got like a 10-year-old son, don't you?
after Al Pacino
Yeah.
done had a kid
Yeah.
at
Young
82,
kids.
83,
Yeah, he popping on kids.
can't say nothing, man.
Fuck.
There's hope
Like,
for us, man.
I'm probably not gonna meet you or know you when you're about 20, but
Yo, real talk.
my money lasts.
17,
My money will
when
last
he-
that long.
When they get out of high school,
Mhm.
that might be it, bro.
I'm
Gonna be 100
with
years
Earl,
old. 17.
That because that's too old.
That's
Like,
basically not
for
having no
me,
daddy right there.
I would have to.
right.
I have to want
Yeah, you don't
you.
got no
I
daddy, but he
wouldn't
got
want
money for
somebody.
you.
You got his
that
movies.
And his money.
like that. Like you're all wrinkly. We can't be intimate because I wouldn't be into. That's
I don't know.
Do you think like being practical? Do you think
No disrespect.
women?
but
Do you
Flavor
think
of
there's
Love,
some?
remember that show?
You think there's something? I
Some
was
of
just
them was
watching that
bad.
the other day.
Some of them
yeah,
was
but that
bad.
was a reality.
Do you think that-
But they was really smashing.
Yeah.
They admitted
Do you
it.
think that is they're using that to get to another place in their career, or do you
All
think
of
that
them was not
they
easy.
like these?
Not all of
motherfuckers?
them, but a lot of them was smashing.
You think they really like
Some
these
of the
people?
baddest ones too.
You think they really like these people with the older
I don't even
older
think they-
relationships,
yeah.
or
What happened?
do you think they really like these people? Like when
No.
you see like a baddie with a crunchy nigga,
No.
or you see
No.
They just
a
want to be on
old
TV. They want attention.
Because
old
none of them
dude
stayed
with
with
a
him,
young,
so it's not like
fine
it
woman.
should turn into anything.
It's a career move.
It's a career move. Bro. All of them, well, the majority of them that
That's
stuck
what I'm saying,
around
I
stayed
wouldn't do
into the entertainment
Do you
business. It's
do
just
you
a show.
like Rick Ross? Attractive? I hear women say he's attractive all the
I
time.
have heard someone say that.
So
I also
It's
heard
and
Kendrick,
again,
though. That's Biggie though.
we're men,
If Biggie,
so we not gonna really, But when women say that, that makes me further believe that it's not just about how you look, but what we think about is
he's the biggest
it's money,
boss. He
but
has
his status,
all the money.
it's the way he carries himself. He calls himself boss, like that alone.
He has a house called the Promised Land. This shit is fucking huge. He glorifies having money. That's why he could get the baddest. That's
He's
why
not,
he could
man.
get the bitches. Excuse my language.
It's
but-
bravado.
Yeah.
This is
But like you
his-
said, to
his-
the last,
his-
because
his-
if they're
his
only
style.
looking for that, they're not
He's
really
gonna be
into
rich
it.
forever.
his whole
No,
thing.
not-
His whole
Of
thing
course
is,
it's gonna last,
to keep
you
making
know what I'm
money. He
saying?
don't want to stop.
He's never
He
gonna
don't wanna
stop
stop
making
making
money,
money.
so he's never gonna know if it's gonna stop because he's never, you know what I'm saying? But that, to me, I don't know. I couldn't get that involved with it to me because money is just material.
That's
It's
what I'm
like-
saying. I don't.
You know what
I
I'm
have to
saying?
You
like
think
the
people
person
should
that
do?
you
You think
are.
people should do the
He got it tatted
What you
on.
The
have
Prince
is just
Hakeem-
a
the Prince
bonus.
Hakeem
That's
route?
not what I'm with you for.
You think-
alone.
Mm,
I'm
talk
with
that
you
shit.
for you, who you are on the inside. Well, obviously, if you're a person with good character and you have morals, you probably are gonna be successful to a certain degree. You may not be rich, and I'm not expecting a man to be rich. I don't. Nobody that I talked to was like they wasn't living on the streets, but like they worked and they were taking care of themselves. Like I don't. That's good enough. I would talk to a dude that had money
Would you
if
respect a
I
man?
wanted to be with him, not just for that
For the
reason.
money, yeah.
Would you respect a man that took the Prince Hakeem route, like Coming to America? You seen the movie Coming to America, right?
And then he came here to find a wife.
Like, okay, he comes up
He's a
here.
passport boy.
He pretends to be
He was
whatever.
a passport boy. He was the original passport
Right,
boy.
right.
If you think about it.
Do
But he
you
came over that. He
Right,
over that.
exactly.
do you respect that? Dude, would you be like, alright, fuck it. He work at McDougal's, you know what I mean, McDonald's, whatever. You know what I mean? He a decent guy, you know what I mean? He's selfless, but he don't got that much money. Would you give him a chance, or would you have to give the prince a chance?
But he treated you like a
But he
I
queen.
had
right.
to do that.
Y'all went on
That's what it's like.
dates.
But here's the thing. I think that's like, I don't want to say like a starter job. It depends on your background.
But you
whatever,
see
but
the
like,
movie, he
that's-
was a hard worker, he
Yeah.
was dedicated, he had his own apartment.
Yeah, if he's taking care, if he making nowadays working at a fast food restaurant, you could kind of depending on what your position. is.
Yeah, but
Start
not
at
now. I'm
least
talking
at
about that
15.
character.
So you could probably have your own places of working there. But
Right.
I would want, I don't know if that's long term, like where are you headed? Because if we're gonna have a family, we need to have enough, like I say, you don't need to be rich, but if you're able to take care of yourself, then yeah, I don't.
I
and
think that's a
I
valid
don't be
discussion to
talking
have
to nobody
with your partner.
that the guys that I have attracted, like they didn't like. Yeah, when I growing up, like I did talk to guys they worked at, or even people when I got older, but that might have been like a side job. They had like a main job, and maybe they did that on the side because they had responsibilities. So I respect that. I respect the hard working man with a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the people that I encounter is gonna be in my area. I'm not a passport cis. I don't go traveling to go find people, so I'm gonna see people who I encounter. And I've done the online dating thing before in the past, like years ago. I don't think that I like to meet people in person. I don't want it to be
AI created.
Yeah, like so I want it to be organic and like everything. I think that's the best or whatever for me. That everybody has their own
I agree.
thing. So I don't, like I said, I'm not gonna be like, oh, if a dude wanted to talk to me and he was rich, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. I don't be around rich people. I don't have people in that circle or even if it makes 6 figures, that's not rich because I do know people that make 6 figures, but they got bills to pay. So by the time they pay everything, is it really like you if you got a car and children or whatever, like you've been working as a regular, like you make enough, you're doing well, but it's not really that's you know you, and then your expenses cost more than what you make in a year, then you ain't really making that because you don't see that until the end of the year, and then you don't spend it all.
Reality
So
sucks.
Rich is making at least over $500.
because as soon as people start making more money, they start spending more because they can't. They're like, oh, I'm making. I was getting 20, now I'm getting 30. Oh, I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go do that. And now you in debt with more than you make in a year. Like you can't. You gotta get yourself together. You gotta build up savings. You gotta have.
You got 800,000.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Money is motherfucking crazy.
But I'm not like, I don't know. I don't think that I'm articulate that. Like you could be, like I said it to Dwayne before, or Smiley, I don't know which one I said. That, what did I say? I'm sorry.
Zaza.
Yeah. What did I say the other day to you?
That fucking fan's hitting.
It was like, I'm trying to think.
You was talking about money, right?
Yeah, money. But no, not that. Like, oh, about looks. Like, to me, I don't, like, yeah, you have to be attracted to me. But I've been attracted to guys that other women that I know have said they thought they was ugly. But I don't care what they thought, if that's what, so I think everybody don't be seeing the same thing. Obviously, if someone's like a 10, then that's different. Everybody's gonna know that. But if someone's just an average looking person, you might be attracted to them and somebody else cannot, or whatever. But that I would talk to somebody that look average looking, or I'm not gonna not talk to somebody that does look like a 10 if they interested in me and be like, oh, they look too good.
10's is too much responsibility, yo.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
fucking nobody. See a 10 and 10 problems come with it. And I'm good.
Like 10s get scooped up though. Like most of the time, like if you really a 10, you rotate it to somebody. Somebody got you. Somebody got you. Somebody smashing. Somebody spending money on you. Somebody, you know what I mean? It's happening. But the thing about keeping the 10 is you gotta compete with the other people that they being rotated by. That's doing all of this, bringing them to where they want to go and all that other stuff. So the maintenance of keeping them, retention of it is high maintenance because they're used to this type of lifestyle. You gotta already be set if you get a 10. Obviously, it like for guys it's like different. It's really about your resources and your financial standing. It really don't matter really what you look like if you're gonna get like a badass bitch. You really just gotta be on your shit. If you on your shit, you gonna get them, but will you be able to keep them? You know what I mean? Is the thing.
Shaq messing with Brittany, allegedly.
Yo, and that's crazy because I was talking to my aunt about the Home Depot shit. The Home Depot girl, he DM'd some girl from Home Depot or some shit.
Didn't he say
She lost her job, bro.
how she lose her job? Wow.
Right? Wasn't that it was an article? She lost her job at Home Depot
Why?
because
she could
of
have been on break. Wow.
she was at work.
Because
doing that.
she was posting, and then people was commenting on it, and it went viral. So
It was during work hours.
Well, she
though.
got money.
and she had her.
Shaq gonna look out. You know, Big Daddy D's gonna look out.
They were like,
That's
you
crazy.
too
You
pretty
gonna look
to
out.
be, or
You know
she
he
said,
is.
they said I'm too pretty to be working here or something.
You gonna give
In
her
the caption.
100,000. Like it's
But
not.
I didn't see
You know how much
posts
Shaq
like
is
that.
worth?
I just seen people talking about
That
it.
was the narrative. Like, what do people think about? Could you be too pretty to be working somewhere?
Yeah. If a rich nigga wants you, and your nigga can't do nothing for you.
I say this: if she really blazing, she ain't gonna be working there that long.
That's what I'm saying.
So I ain't gonna scoop her up.
Nigga, if Shaq's
Either
her-
the game,
if Shaq was in her
or
DM, then he obviously saw something in her.
she was.
And
she
it's
was
not like
pretty,
he's
though. She
denying
pretty,
it
she right.
or like, oh, I don't know who
That's
that
what
is.
she wanted to do.
Yeah.
She might like working there.
Yo,
Because she
like,
said she liked her job.
It's
and they was
rare
talking
I
about
go
it.
to a girl Instagram page that got over 10,000 followers that don't got an OnlyFans. Like, it's crazy. Like, women are jumping on OnlyFans. Like, every single girl got an OnlyFans, yo.
It's easy money. Niggas is thirst bucket.
And some of them, yo, like it's this one girl, like she, Asian joint, and she be stretching.
And that's what she do. She straight.
Yoga joint, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And niggas affect that
Bro,
shit.
she is gorgeous. Cocoa
You got
skin,
an
bro.
OnlyFans account?
Who, me? No, this on Instagram. But I don't know if she got an OnlyFans. She might have one.
No, I said, do you?
Nah, hell no.
And
See,
you gotta pay for
see,
that.
I'm a hacker,
Remember,
so
you paying.
I shouldn't even be saying this shit live. I could get into
Any
Yeah,
only
they be
accounts,
posting
Let me
this
find
clip
out, nigga.
on other sites.
all these
Get
all
me
these
in,
chicks,
cuz.
all these chicks that got OnlyFans accounts. Like, unfortunately, I already seen them.
They're on
What?
They're on
Yeah.
regular
For
porn
real?
sites. They be posting the clips of
Get
things.
the fuck out of here.
You got search.
You got
I'm a
search.
search
Nigga.
king, bro.
Let me find
If it's
some-
out there, I got it.
Let me find some behavior bitches.
Yo, if they shit up there, it's some shit called Cam Soda.
Cam soda.
Yeah, you can get they shits up there. Some other shit.
Oh, it's alright.
You gotta have your pop-up blocker on so you don't get those fucking
I be
mad ads.
you know what it
popping
is?
up.
I be looking up motherfuckers that like told me they would never be doing no shit like that.
Yeah, yo,
And then just to see,
if
you
I
know,
know,
you never know.
like, cause it's the curiosity, like, yo, I wonder
You
how
never
she,
know.
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then you see it, you be like,
wait a minute.
like, yo, it's some teachers, like, if they was on that drink, like, I would be glued.
That would have been wild.
I'd be watching it, bro.
That would have been wild.
These kids crazy, yo. Now, this new era of children, yo, they teachers got OnlyFans, bro. They teachers got OnlyFans,
I
bro.
remember one of our teachers at
They're
our
gonna
school
get
worked at the
Yeah, they gonna get fired.
worked at the catwalk. And that's exactly what happened. She got fired.
Yeah, because
We worked at the catwalk.
why would you people want to?
They need that. They need money to pay to buy their books and
It
shit.
was a rumor she fucking students too.
That's probably wrong.
It's crazy.
Or maybe they just made it up because the perception of what she does, it sounds like something she would do. She may not even go
But the
strip
right
over
price.
doing that, but that's what people gonna think because it's sex work.
Everybody got a price, and they trying to legalize. I think we talked about this before. They trying to legalize it, and I don't know how I feel about them legalizing
Yeah.
prostitution.
Do y'all think it's a thing that some of these teachers, it's not really people that look like us teachers, but like other
Versus,
yeah, exactly. Do you think that's a fetish
What?
to fuck these little boys?
yeah, pedophilia.
Yeah, that,
So it's like women pedophilia.
I mean, I don't
Absolutely.
think it's the same whether a man or a woman. It's still,
But women, but you gotta think
It's-
about it. It
it's
depends.
looked at
It
differently,
depends. It depends because
Cause she knows he's underage.
Because some of these young boys, they be athletic or whatever. You know what I mean? They be like over 6 feet tall. They play basketball or something like that. You know and they got all this pent up energy and all this stuff. It's gonna be a thrill ride for them. You know what I mean? And they probably at the peak at their sexual peak in their life.
That sound like some book shit. That sound like
it's definitely some Zane joint.
That's what I'm saying. But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like that sounds like a book, but that's pedophilia.
Yeah, just like because just like we were talking about before, women be talking to girls be like the older guys. It's the same. I don't think it's both shouldn't be doing it, but I think it's more accepted if it's a woman. But they have gotten in trouble for when they do that stuff. The people did press charges when a woman did it, but I think society looks at it differently because they like it's a woman.
She can get a job.
I still don't.
She could, you know what I mean?
To me.
But I was watching something and it was a movie, so it was like it was a fictional type of thing, but it has some elements in it that was crazy. It's called Polly. Name of the movie, by the way. So I'm watching this movie and the boss is like making hits on the woman and stuff like that, and using his position to try to, you know, get her to do what he wants her to do. Like, that's basically the same shit. Like you using your authority over someone to get what you want. You know what I mean? Like, women's most powerful asset is their body. I guarantee you, like, a woman can get anything from using her body. Anything she wants from using her body. To the right person.
Who's Taraji? How old is Taraji now?
She
like 50.
Oh, God.
She look good.
Oh, my goodness.
I do cry. But see, the thing is, like, when we talk marriage, it be different. Like, yo, like, do I want an older woman when I get married? It depends. What type of relationship are we gonna have? Yeah.
You're asking me if you get married.
I mean that could be the dialogue. Say I'm a man in my mid-30s or I'm a man in my mid-40s. What type of relationship will I have dating a woman older than 40 or older than 35? What type of relationship do I expect to have with that woman? Generally, if you could generalize it.
And you how
I'm anywhere between 35 to 45. What type of relationship am I gonna have with this woman? Say semi-successful. What type of relationship am I gonna have?
And y'all are together?
Yeah, with a woman around my age, probably. What type of relationship? Yeah, what do you think as a woman? Yeah, what do you think? I just want to know. What would you think?
The woman should
I just
be
told
supportive.
you what the woman is.
She should be uplifting. When I haven't.
Are most women that age like that?
I haven't. Listen, I'm gonna speak from my perspective.
That's not what I asked you though.
Most women are, from what I've seen, a lot of women that I've seen, or that even when I watch interviews and stuff on YouTube or whatever, a lot of women are aggressive and they don't respect
the fuck I look like telling the nigga good morning.
Yeah, like
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, they're not. But I learned that that's not, and in my more recent, encounter with God, I do that anyway. Like, I congratulate people when they're doing good things and stuff, and I be supportive. I tell, like, this is what I believe. I wouldn't be interested in you if I didn't think you were a good person. You're this, you're that, whatever. If you're going through, if you is going through something, uplift them. Don't be like, I don't know. I try to do that. Like, I speak life into people. People come to me and ask me for advice, men and women, and some of them be older than me, and I appreciate that. They obviously, value my opinion, so that means something to me. I'm glad that I could. I mean, I'm not a doctor or nobody, but I do intake a lot of information. I like learning new things and stuff. I watched. I'm interested in psychology. I have taken psychology before one class because I had to when I went to school for something else, but it wasn't like. But it's really interesting to me about how the mind works and why people operate the way they do. And I think mental health is important, so I'm trying to get mine in order and stuff, and I promote that everybody. I feel like therapy is. There's nothing wrong going to therapy. That's a good thing. Or it doesn't even have to be therapy in the sense of you're going talking to. Therapy could be exercise. Therapy could be writing in the journal. Therapy could be a healthy one because a lot of people have release or way they relieve stress, but it's not always the healthiest option. Like it might be sex, but then to what end? Are you just every time you mad about something you want to go and fuck somebody, and then if you're single, like how many like you're now. It could become a problem. Or if you're drinking, if you don't have control of it, because that's your release, that's what you do, you drink away the pain, then that could become a problem for some people. Some people have control of it. They don't get, if that's something, then you people should find a healthier way to, deal with ridiculous stuff like that. That's how you become, addicted and stuff like that. You shouldn't only be doing it because you're feeling like that, and I'm guilty of it too. Like I smoke and I'm sometimes I if I do drink, I don't really drink like that, but when I do, sometimes I'll get real drunk because I'll be like I'll know I'll be done and I'll keep on going or whatever. But I recognize that it's not healthy. Shouldn't be doing that. You drink and just have a nice little buzz and just to take the edge off. It don't have to be like to the point you're stumbling. And I don't like that. And I have thrown up before. I blacked out before. I haven't done it that often. Done it a few times on like one hand. I can count. But I don't. Though that's scary. They were always around people like family and friends, so I know that I was okay. But like it just made me like I don't want to be like that. Like people gotta tell me parts that I can't remember, that's gaps that's missing, like what happened, and then I gotta just believe, not saying that they were lying to me.
What type of drinker are you? Do you take shots? Do you like sip slow?
It depends. What mood I'm in. If I'm in a mood that's what I'm saying. If I'm moving like one take shot, or I'm excited, or if I'm like in a bad mood or not in a bad mood, or something's on my mind or something, like I might want to take shots for that. But I think that could be dangerous sometimes depending on the person or what you drinking about. If it's something that can't be immediately dealt with, that's why I don't think it's healthy to do that. Mountains to climb. I'm not perfect right in the mood, but I'm just trying to figure out
That's right. Every day. Oh, shit.
better who I was yesterday. That's the only person I want to compete with myself.
Right. Sometimes we're in our own way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true.
Competing with ourselves, right? My boy, he jumps from one thing to the next, but has a steady income flow. But he's got a goal, he's got an idea, and he's gonna keep striving to try to get that goal no matter what. In the midst of it, encouraging other people and gets very passionate, like we were talking about earlier. For you to believe that what he's saying is the way that you need to do it. And I'm telling him, I understand what you're saying, but you have to understand what my responsibilities are. And he's like, yeah, but we all got responsibilities. I'm like, yeah, we do. But they're different.
He wants you to join in his dream.
Right. And it's tough because he does have a genuinely good idea. But in my time in my life right now, that's not what fits. So
let
he's
me-
like, yo,
so
this
let
is a
me
$1
ask
billion
you-
idea.
Let me ask you this honestly,
Yeah.
right? Let's say the idea that he has pops, right? He starts getting bread quick.
Uh-huh.
You come with him, yo, you know what I mean? What's good, bro? You go, Nigga, when you could have supported it, when you could have jumped on, you ain't want to do that shit. So now we ain't even gonna talk about no money. We can still be cool, but we can't even, like he's basically not bringing you nowhere, none of that.
I respect it.
You respect that shit?
Hell yeah.
Damn, nigga.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause if you put it like that, cause that's not him. But cause you put it like that, I say I would respect it.
Then why would you be around somebody that you
because
know
he's not like that. He not like that. But like if the guy was like that and he did do that, I would have to respect it. And I would say I respect it because I already knew that's the type of person they was. They already showed me that this is what they was gonna be when they get on because I ain't believe in them or such and such and such. So if that's the type of person he is, no, he gonna do what he gonna do regardless whether you believe in him or not. That's why I respect his shit. Because whether I'm gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it, he's still gonna put his $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 into this shit and be like, shit, well, you could have gave me $200 like I asked, but it's straight. You know what I mean? I got the shit popping. But if he pull up in the airplane, he's still gonna scoop me. He's still gonna, you know what I mean? He's still gonna, you know what I mean? Which is cool. But I also understand that, you know what I mean? That's not my dream. That's his dream. So I can't really be mad at somebody for living out their dream, and I can't expect somebody to take care of me or take me with them when they go to the top. I really don't even think that's like realistic most of the time because you taking your number one people, you taking your family.
That's honorable, bro, but to me, I feel like
I don't think it's disloyalty because
feel
it happens all the time.
I feel like it's disrespect to like limit how you can fuck with somebody. As soon as you limit me or how I can fuck with you or how you fuck with me, then I know you don't really fuck with me. Because me personally, my friendship is a reflection of your friendship, right? So
but you say he could still be my friend. He just
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He could be your friend if you choose to be a friend with a nigga like that. But you don't have to be friends with him.
I mean, so our friend can't be based on anything financial because it's not.
It shouldn't, but it is because he's telling you that you
the
can't.
one that's switching.
He's telling you that you can't go on anything that's money related because of you picking the side that you picked back in the day of not supporting because you have responsibilities.
What do you mean? Like I can't spend my money and go on this trip with him, or I gotta expect him to pay for the trip for me?
Let's say to the trips that he want to go, you clearly don't have it.
All right.
And he's
letting
you know that he could pay for you. He's letting you know that he could pay for you, but he's not based off of because you didn't.
The type of person that I am, like I'm probably not even gonna be like I'm not even gonna be on that. Like yo, you gotta take me with you. Like if you go somewhere and you don't take me with you,
like yo, bro,
if
you're putting that limitation on our friendship, like, oh, I'm not gonna do this because
if they verbally saying it out of their mouth, then that's like some other type of shit, just saying some shit like that.
Because it's nothing. Common courtesy. If I got it, I'm gonna look out for my people.
You don't have to because you can't take everybody with you. You can't take everybody with you.
That's why if they say, hey, this is the criteria because of that, then I feel like that's a little stingy. Cause I wouldn't.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't look at it like that because I don't be wanting shit. Like I don't want nobody to fucking buy me. You don't gotta buy me, bro. Like we cool. Like you don't gotta take me to Japan and all that other shit. Like you don't have to.
I want shit.
I want loyalty. See, but that's what I'm saying. I don't need nothing.
I want you to come a certain way so I could vouch for you everywhere.
Now if you give me tools and show me how to get on, like you got on.
I can't vouch for everything.
Boom. What could I do to get where you at? I'm glad you asked me, bro. let me show you the way. That's a different conversation.
See, but yeah, it is.
Versus, you know what I mean, the nigga just on and you asking the nigga for bread or asking the nigga to look out for you and spend on your money. That's how a lot of niggas go broke trying to feed everybody. You can't feed everybody.
What
you gotta feed your
is
family.
this what your specific friend is asking from you? Is he asking for money investments?
Sometimes he does.
Mm-hmm.
Not in particular situation. What I'm doing now, he's pushing me to start my own shit. But he has his shit. He wants me to start my own shit. So he encouraged me to find a suitable niche to jump into.
Okay.
The
So
niche
that's
that
not
I
bad.
decided to jump into was laundry detergent sheets. He's encouraging me to like stop doing all of this other shit and just take
do
this
that.
money and just put it into this and just start this shit right now. But I gotta buy this and I gotta buy that and I gotta save for this and I gotta pay this bill. So it sounds
He
like
needs to teach you how to
excuses.
fish before he just sent you out there like that. Like, and the best teacher is experience. And if he doesn't have that experience, then it's hard for you to just be like, I'm just gonna stop what I'm doing and do it based on.
If I ain't see you do it, you being mentored by somebody else that already did it, but that's not the same credibility as me actually seeing you accomplish from what you learned from your mentor. You know what I mean? Like if you did everything your mentor told you to do and everything is like damn, it's looking good.
Like, now I know.
Now I know
me
this
some
shit, you know what I mean?
That's valid.
But now I'm flying into it, doing my own research, learning what I need to learn based off of what he told me. Okay, this is what I probably will have to do. This is probably what you'll have to look up. You just have to try to da. And I put the puzzle pieces together. But it's not that I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it at the pace that he wants me to do it at. And that's what he's like, you know. That's what he coming at, not coming at me, but that's what most of our arguments root from. You know what I mean? From that. Because it's like, yo, I'm not ready to do it right now because I gotta do this. Or this gotta be fixed. Or this gotta be taken. I don't go into detail, but life happens. You know what I mean? So what may seem as excuses, these are selfless financial obligations. You know what I mean? So this doesn't really benefit me other than me feeding myself. That's really the only thing. Everything else is me contributing to somebody else's welfare. Or trying to help my business. So cut back on trying to help my business to put everything into this. So what I did was...
Let me ask you this before you get into that,
Right.
because you gotta go. Do you think that having a girlfriend or maintaining a relationship is beneficial for a man on his come up? Is it more beneficial or less beneficial?
That's a good question. So let's go around. So you answer first from woman's perspective.
If you have anything, and just like with the man, if you have the right man, he has to have his value, her value should align with yours. Like whatever you are your non-negotiable, she should have that. And I think attraction is a variable as well. Obviously, that's the key. You want this one, want to work it out, and connection is important to me too. And obviously, financial, whatever your value, like if you, well, from a man to a woman, it is different because most guys don't care about how much a woman makes unless he's trying to
Get some money.
Yeah.
Kevin Federline and that shit.
Yeah, so, but I think, yeah, it does help because she could be supportive. She can help you get where you need to go. She might be able to teach you something that she knows about that you may not be privy to. Like, and she can help you build. And when you get there, if she still be there, then after you're done, then she could take care of the home and you, like, y'all could come up together. I don't think. I think people want a finished product, like women. They want a man that already have everything already or whatever, and they don't wanna build together. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And then they say is some guys, if you did start off together, you leave them to go be with someone else that's now in your league because you have more options because you're in a different tax bracket or whatever. So, I don't know. Both sides it's just a mess. It's a battle of the sexes. Men say women ain't and women say men ain't. But if we all ain't, then somebody needs to work on themselves. Or somebody lying.
I ain't saying this shit. I love it.
Alright, can you ask the question one more time?
I forgot it.
Can you ask the question one more time? You forgot it
He's
too?
the one who.
Alright.
Get
So-
lifted.
Alright. So, the
Is a woman beneficial?
Right.
Is a girlfriend beneficial
Oh yeah, there we go. Fuck I said.
on the come up for?
Right. Okay. Is a girlfriend beneficial on a come up? I can say this. A woman can be beneficial, but most of the time you're a distraction. So it would be good to have a woman that's gonna be here, that's gonna support you, that's gonna be on your program, that's gonna be doing everything. But when you're on the come up, you rarely find somebody like that. They got their own shit going on, they're doing whatever they're doing, and watching you go up, y'all gonna have to cohabitate, whatever. So she gonna be working just as hard as you while you're trying to get to where you're trying to get to. So she's gonna have to believe in you. And how long you're just gonna go on until she decides, you know what, damn.
I don't believe this nigga no more.
Right. You know what I mean? That movie. So
You gonna get him?
it could be
You gonna get him? Talk that
Nah,
shit.
ladies.
it could be good or bad.
Yeah.
But I would say generally a woman can be a distraction on the come up. But if she catch you at the right point on your come up, it could help you. So if you're like right in the middle of your come up, it might be straight. If you get like in the beginning, it might not be a good idea. But if you get at the end, you know what I mean, when you're already successful, then obviously you get to pick whatever you want.
You see that shit? Didn't I send it to you?
Mhm.
In the beginning. He couldn't say in the beginning.
Arrogant?
Yeah, he couldn't say in the beginning. He fucked it all up, bro. Oh, in the beginning, he started sweating.
But yeah, I don't want to slander our women because we love them, you know. But yeah, y'all are distracting. Because we care about y'all so much, because we want to jump in front of the speeding train for you guys and all this other shit, and whatever. So because of that, it's always gonna be like we're gonna have to worry about y'all before we worry about other shit. So unless y'all really like, yo, I'm not gonna be trying to ask him to go here and go do this all the time so that he can save this bread so he can use it to invest in, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? We just gonna get what we need. If she could actually have that mindset on his come up, then he'll get there quicker. Or if she invests in him, you know what I mean? It could help. But a lot of times that's not, you know, the women practice hypergamy now, so they really gonna want somebody that's already there though. In the beginning.
Yeah.
Listen properly.
Yo.
You pretend.
No, he not, yo. He's sweating. He's on stage panicking. Yeah.
What is he reading? Genesis?
Nigga told him to listen properly.
Oh, man.
This has to be loop. He didn't do it for this long. There's no way. This is crazy. No way. Oh, yo. That's crazy. Niggas stupid.
Internet is
Shout out to accents. Accents are funny.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
Accents. I always wanted to be a voice actor.
Mm. Yo, some of our favorite cartoons are from people that be watching movies all the time.
That would be a dream job. Being a fucking cartoon character or anime character voice.
That dude, Keith David. Keith David voice was in a lot of stuff. Keith David, the dude that was in Dead Presidents that had one leg.
Yeah,
Kirby. The dude with his leg.
Kirby. He's a good actor. He's in mad shit. He's not just in cartoons. He's in fucking real movies and shit. I don't want to do real movies. I just want to do cartoons and shit.
You would never do a movie?
No. Well, it depends on the movie. I want to say no. Depends on the movie. It gotta be like some shit like.
I can't do no wild scenes. Bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm
that's
saying.
what you're talking about, but I wasn't sure.
Well,
I wanted to make sure you were the person.
Oh, yeah, he's been on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I've seen
He's been on more stuff than Pinky. Pinky been on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They don't turn down roles,
be
yo.
in them B movies.
Yep. Keith David be in
the money, how they
BC
get the
and
money.
A movies.
It's just like rest in peace, John Witherspoon.
Keith David was in the New
Right.
Tales from the Crypt.
When we be in Boondocks, I'm in Boondocks.
Boondocks was good. Somebody on my job, they watch animes, and I don't meet a lot of African American women that like anime, so it's kind of weird when I do. So
Comic-Con,
I watched an anime before,
they're gonna be
and
dressed in the costume of the
alien,
anime.
They were in a cave. I forgot the name of it, and they essayed.
Oh, you watched the hentai. That wasn't no regular anime.
That's
No, it wasn't.
that's
No,
anime
it's
corn.
No, it's not. That wasn't all that it was about. That was just, but they didn't show it. They pulled her out in the thing, but you could hear what was going on. It's like something with mad arms or something.
Yeah,
Like I don't know, or
That's a fetish.
something not, or it was a bunch of people or something. But they pulled her off the screen and they tore her clothes off, and then they didn't show it. But it wasn't about that. But that happened in like the first scene, and then it was. Yeah, I never watched the anime before that, but it wasn't. That's just something that happened, but I'm like, this is crazy. This is a cartoon, and this is what.
Yeah, these animes be deep, man.
Cartoons and anime is two different things.
For real.
I knew. I thought about it.
Nah, it really is, because it's an animated film, but it's different. Like, cartoons are like for children, right? Animes have more of a deeper concept, deeper dialogue.
Especially like the anime.
It really got a deep ass
anime.
storyline. Like, it's got like a movie storyline. Like, you know what I mean? So they have, they have intercourse in it. You know what I mean? They
cuss and smoke.
They cuss, they smoke, they do everything. They show blood and everything else in it. Like, it's crazy.
Damn, man, rest in peace, Big Pokey. He's an OG. Remember Paul Wall and him sitting sideways, always in the day.
Oh, word.
On a Sunday night.
I remember that song, but I don't.
Oh,
He was
in it, so right?
OGs sitting when you see me.
Oh.
You remember
He
that?
was one of the people in it, yeah.
That was Big Pokey.
Oh,
Rest in
man,
peace,
rest
Big
in
Pokey.
peace.
I might have to play that shit on the way home, Smiley. I ain't gonna lose you.
seen something on YouTube and they said that they gave these kids an adult dose of the jab vaccine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The new thing
The new
that's
one,
been
yeah.
going around,
Mhm.
and the vaccine.
Oh, what happened?
It was an adult dose and these are kids, so they were like experiencing symptoms of like, they were like lethargic and they could tell something wasn't right with them, like, or whatever. So they asked them, they took it to the pharmacy, because that was the last thing that happened before they started. And then they was like, cause that's where they got it done at the pharmacy. And they was like, what happened when they wasn't being forthcoming with information. And they didn't immediately tell them that they gave the children an adult dose. They were being evasive or whatever.
Somebody
So
told
then
them not
they
to speak on it.
Then they got a lawyer, and they were able to get the information, and that's how they found out. And it was like, what was the dose and all that stuff. And then the lawyer was like, even when they did finally give her the information, they left the message they didn't talk to her, or someone else told, like, in the office, it wasn't even the person in charge directly or something, like, I don't know. Or they texted it or something like that, like they didn't even make contact. Yeah, but they probably are being told by their counsel not to say anything, but they do have to tell them what's going on. They have to get that information. Like, even the parent, even without the lawyer, like, you should just tell them what's going on. Like, and they're not apologetic at all about what happened. If it was a mistake, like, then you're acting like somebody doing something to you. Like, you're not cooperating and stuff. And it's like, and they said it was like an intern, so maybe they made a mistake. Okay, why? I mean, they're alive so far. They're just experiencing symptoms, and they needed to know so they could know how to treat them. And that's why they were going to, wasn't going to get it there. They were just asking them. Well, maybe they would have eventually, but they wanted to know what was going on. But I think that's crazy. And I'm not getting that. And I wouldn't, if I had a kid, like, I wouldn't want. I don't know. I just don't trust the government. I don't know what's in that stuff. I don't take no vaccine. Like, I don't even take
Yeah,
medicine.
people been pushing that jump hard. Like
I
the
got
people
my-
that did take it, they want you to be down with the clique.
Mm.
Be down with the team.